Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here, and welcome to another video. And in this video, we're going to address the elephant in the room. The Wyatt Sicks moving from Raw to Smackdown. This is something we've not discussed on the channel. This is something I definitely want to discuss on the channel. And I want to get your initial thoughts and opinions. What are your honest opinions on the Wyatt Sicks moving to Smackdown? Because seemingly this is out of absolute nowhere. They were in the middle of a feud with Final Testament. It was a juicy feud. It was just starting to heat up. We were waiting for the return of Uncle Howdy and see him seemingly get revenge on Karrion Kross, maybe coming back darker than ever before, potentially bringing Alexa Bliss with him. And it seems like those two acts are going to be on separate brands. Or does it? This is definitely something we're going to discuss in the video. But remember, all is not always what it seems. So at the moment, it seems like those two acts are separate, but I'm sure they're going to cross paths maybe sooner rather than later. Somehow, some way. It's all going to work out. Surely WWE haven't just abandoned the Wyatt Sicks creatively and they're just going to go on to SmackDown with no purpose. That's not going to be the case. They would have been moved to SmackDown for a reason, whether it's a reset or there's more interesting creative over on SmackDown and they've got other ideas that they think are going to work. Remains to be seen, of course, but I always like to look at things with a sort of half glass full sort of approach. And I am optimistic that things are going to get better, but I understand at the same time you're probably frustrated. You're probably feeling like the future of the Wyatt Sicks is a little bit uncertain because they're just seemingly being shoved to SmackDown with no explanation. And you're potentially maybe feeling like, to this point, if you're being completely honest with yourself, that the Wyatt Sicks run hasn't been that intriguing so far. I mean, we've said it on numerous occasions on multiple videos on this channel. The Wyatt Sicks debut was incredible. But since then, they haven't set the world alight creatively. They haven't. They had a mediocre feud with Chad Gable. And the feud with Final Testament was great, but seemingly has just been abandoned. They haven't been on any PLEs, and the Uncle Howdy character hasn't connected in the way I feel like it can. I don't think Bo Dallas has really explored his full creative, and I certainly feel that he hasn't lived up to his full potential just yet, but I'm willing to give that a chance, and I think Bo is just going to absolutely kill it in the future, which is why I'm trying to be a little bit positive here. Now, there are potentially more positives than we're letting on to at the moment. They could be moved to SmackDown for some obvious reasons, such as they want to add star power to SmackDown, that maybe the Wyatt Sicks act would get a little bit lost in the shuffle when it comes to Raw. Of course, Raw is the spotlight really when it comes to WWE at the moment over on Netflix. And maybe they feel that the Wyatt Sicks would sort of take a bit of a backseat to other major storylines and other major superstars, so maybe that's the case. It could be something as simple as they want a reset with the Wyatt Sicks, that big things are coming with the Wyatt Sicks, and they want to showcase that over on SmackDown, where they get a little bit more airtime, new acts to work with, etc, etc. And also, let's not forget the Pluto Teases way back when, in the background, in the Jade and Bianca segment. Now, if Alexa Bliss is coming back, she could potentially reunite with Nikki Cross. You've got a tag team there. That can happen on SmackDown. But of course, superstars are still going to be shipping from Raw to SmackDown and SmackDown to Raw, so things can still change. For instance, Bayley and Bianca Belair were in the Nightbird campaign. Remember that video game segment? Those two were in there. Surely that can't just be a coincidence. Does that mean that Alexa and Nikki are going to go after Bianca and Naomi? Bianca and Jade when Jade returns? How's that storyline angle going to play out? Are the Wyatt Sicks going to be involved in that? Also, let's not forget the Pluto logo in the background of Damage Control way back when. Now, Damage Control at this moment are on Raw, but they could potentially move to SmackDown. Like, everything's done for a reason. Like, that's not put there for no reason. They will explain that in the future. At least I hope they will. Also, another obvious point is Alexa Bliss. If Alexa Bliss is returning soon and they feel she'd be favoured on SmackDown, it makes sense for the Wyatt Sicks to be on the same brand as Alexa Bliss, because I'm pretty sure those paths are going to cross, and I'm pretty confident that Alexa Bliss is going to be part and join the Wyatt Sicks, that she's been part of the Wyatt Sicks all along. Now, I know many fans don't agree with that, don't want that to happen, they don't want to see that on the WWE TV, but I just feel that's the way that creative is going when it comes to the Wyatt Sicks. I think something darker is coming for Bo, and I think Alexa Bliss is coming to join the party. Also, with them on SmackDown, they're going to get a little bit more focus. There's new feuds. They could potentially feud with Solo's bloodline. Like, that could potentially work. And let's not forget that WWE are testing the water when it comes to this whole transfer window. There will be more acts moving to SmackDown from Raw. So we don't know at this moment in time what there is on the table when it comes to potential feuds for the Wyatt Sicks. I think it would be sad to leave a Judgment Day feud on the table, but maybe Judgment Day move to SmackDown. I mean, Liv's dropped her title now. And do they really want Liv and Rhea still on the same brand? I mean, I'm pretty sure that Rhea's going to be the face of Raw. I mean, she's the face of the women's division at the moment. So we don't want another Liv-Rhea feud. Well, I certainly don't want to see that again. So maybe they split them up and Liv goes to SmackDown, Judgment Day go to SmackDown. There's a feud for the Wyatt Sicks. And maybe, just maybe, they're luring you into this false sense of security, making you believe that they've just abandoned ship on the whole Final Testament feud. And actually, the Final Testament end up getting shipped to SmackDown and you can resume that feud. There are many angles that they can explore when it comes to SmackDown, but I purely and simply just feel that this is just them going to SmackDown to get more airtime. And there's a reset, I suppose, as you like, because let's not dress it up. And I know I'm going to be a little bit negative Nelly here, but to this point, we only know what we know. And the Wyatt Sicks certainly haven't lived up to their full potential. I think that's going to come. I'm confident that's going to come. But to this point, it's been overall pretty lackluster. And I've got to be really careful what I say with this, because I do think that the Wyatt Sicks are honouring the legacy of Bray tastefully. But I think in order for it to live up to its full potential, we need to see a little bit more from the Wyatt Sicks now. Like, we need their storylines and their creative to follow through, hit home, and really connect with new fans as well. Let's bring new Fireflies into the fold. Like, we need to do that. And so they need major angles. They need to appear on major shows. And we need major payoffs. We don't want abandoned ship creative. Like, that's what we do not need. So I'm confident for the future. What do you think? Get down in the comments section. Share your thoughts and opinions. Are you confident about this? Or are you sort of losing confidence when it comes to the Wyatt Sicks and the booking? Do you think WWE are potentially losing confidence when it comes to the booking of the Wyatt Sicks in this current WWE climate? What do you think? I'm always interested to hear your thoughts and opinions. And as always, it'd be very much appreciated if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new, and we will catch you in the next one.